Hello student, in this video I'm going to continue from the last one. We are discussing about project scope management and we have arrived about WBS or work breakdown structure. So in case of work breakdown structure, there are various important terms are like activity, task, milestones are like that. Where activity is an activity is simply a chunk of work. A task is a smaller chunk of work, means task might be sub part of or part of activity, or activity might be a superset of task. Milestone, a task of zero duration, it might be usually an external event, can be used to mark completion of an activity or phase. So we can put milestone for any completion or any portion of the task or activity. When it is completed, we can put some milestones which might be external event and can be used to mark completion of an activity or any phase. Planning and scheduling use task as the basic element. Sometimes this is known as activities. The main tool for activity definition is decomposition. This is actually planning and scheduling use task as the basic element. Mean task will be considered as the basic element to be completed as per the planning and scheduling. Sometimes this is known as activity. So sometimes this task or basic elements are known as activities. The main tool for activity definition is decomposition. So to divide or to find out the main task or elemental task or basic elements, basic task of any project or any planning, we need to divide and conquer the procedure. Like we need to decompose is the process of breaking the project scope and deliverables into smaller, more manageable components. Then these manageable components are called work packages. Work packages are the lowest level of decomposition in the WBS. Reliable time, cost, and resource estimates can be made at the level of work packages in a project. Work in the context of WBS means work products or deliverables, not the effort itself, as in staff hours of effort. So in case of work breakdown structure, we define the work as a deliverable. So we might not consider the effort totally, but we might consider about duration it might take. The work or the package or the smaller basic elements of the work or task will take some amount of time, and how it will be delivered, when it will be delivered, and how much uh, uh, like these more manageable components are called work packages. Work packages are lowest level of decomposition in the WBS. Decomposition is usually performed in a top-down hierarchical manner as expressed by the work breakdown structure. Creating the work breakdown structure is the process of decomposing project deliverables and work into smaller, more manageable components. The level of detail for work packages vary depending on project size and complexity. As we have seen for IT projects using the agile process, we have defined each iteration defines one or more work packages. So if you go for a iterative model of project, then your for agile process, as we know, as it is defined, each iteration defines one or more work packages. So each iteration will consider as one or more work packages. Decomposition is the one core tool and technique of all WBS effort. The WBS is structured hierarchically. Each successively lower level represents a more detailed definition of project work. So each successively lower level represents a more detailed definition of project work, and also it is deliverable oriented. Each lower level or leaf level represents a more detailed definition of project work. Same point, structured hierarchically and deliverable oriented. A representation of project scope. it organizes and defines the total scope of the project. The lowest level of detail in WBS is a work package. Work package are scheduled, cost estimated, monitored, and controlled. Decomposition process until it is possible to define a component as a work package. So you need to decompose the whole work or whole project work into this level, that every component will be as a work package, a deliverable or work component at the lowest WBS level that includes scheduled activities and milestones to complete the deliverable, or we can say work. So a work breakdown structure captures all the work of the project in an organized way. The thing needs to be organized, portrayed graphically as hierarchical tree. So it should be portrayed graphically as a hierarchical tree. A tabular list of elements categorized and tasked, or the indented task list that appears in your Gantt chart schedule. So you can see here WBS and Gantt chart is related. So that elements which are categorized and tasks or the intended task indented task list that appears in your Gantt chart schedule. Breaking large complex projects into progressively smaller pieces. A collection of defined work packages that may include a number of tasks. Continue to refine work until packages are of a suitable size. A work package can include design, coding, testing, etc. So next point is that we need to identify and analyze the deliverables and related work. The project scope statement provides the basis for the first iteration of deliverable identification. Then structure and organize the WBS according to an appropriate high-level hierarchy. For IT projects, using an iterative system development model, a phase, iteration, discipline, hierarchy most closely matches the SDLC processes. SDLC means software development lifecycle processes. So you need to match everything as per your SDLC model. So that is the point here, how you are going to structure the WBS or how you are going to organize the WBS. It should be related and closely matched with the SDLC process. Note that one of the discipline in the iterative SDLC process is project management. So if you review the SDLC process for iterative model, then you will find one part in that is that project management. It is here that appropriate project management processes may be entered. So in that level or in that phase, you can enter appropriate project management processes. Decomposes the upper WBS level into lower detailed components. So if appropriate, larger deliverables may be decomposed into smaller deliverables, all the way down to the work package level. So whatever we are discussing in this entire WBS slides, we are finding one common thing is that we need to decompose it to as much as possible to the lower work package level. So develop and design identification codes to the WBS components. So you need to develop and assign identification codes to the WBS components. Note that each item in the WBS has both a unique identifier. So each item in the WBS has a unique identifier and a WBS code. The unique identifier does not change if a component is moved about in the WBS structure. So if you move one component in the WBS structure from here to there, then the code or unique identifier does not change. However, the WBS code does change. So verify that the amount of decomposition of work is necessary and sufficient. This can be translated into a simple concept, that is just right principle. So after putting this unique identifier and WBS code, you need to verify that the amount of decomposition of the work is necessary and sufficient. Means you need not to go for extra decomposition and also you need to go for sufficient decomposition. This can be translated into a simple concept, that is just right principle. The just right principle states that no more decomposition is needed. It would be detailed. It would be too detailed, and any less decomposition would be too coarse. Insufficient decomposition leads to reduced ability to plan, manage, and control the work. Excessive decomposition leads to wasted effort and decreased efficiency. So like here you can see this main goal will be divided in, suppose in the level 1 it will go for activity 1, activity 2, activity 3. Then again in the level 2 it will go for more activity, decomposing situation. And again at the last it will be like task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4, like that. So here you can see, suppose this is the project summary. It will take that much amount of money, and this is the one, and this is the number. It will break down in 3 main phases. First design phase, second programming phase, then testing phase. In design phase it will take because this 640 hours will be divided in 3 different parts. So if you sum up 280 plus 200 plus 160, it will be become 640 hours. And also this money will be divided in 3 different tasks, that is work breakdown structure. Again the design phase will be divided in 2 different parts, that is first design phase and then second design phase. For each of these main activities will be again divided in tasks, like start milestone, design task 1, again design task 2, design task 3, and design milestone. This is the milestoning, that is we have discussed the terms. So basically these are the activity and these are the tasks need to be carried out in each activity. Program task 1, here you can see program task 2 and program milestone, and again like test task 1, test task 2, like that. So here you can see breaks projects into a hierarchy. So this is a hierarchical structure. You can see creates a clear project structure. It will create a clear project structure, and it has a definite number and identifier. So here you can see this part might move to there, or this part might move to there, but some values like unique identifier will be same, will not change, but WBS code might be changed. And also it avoids risk of missing project elements, and also enables clarify of high level planning. So having this type of work breakdown structure, you can put a high level planning. So this is one example of WBS, and whatever thing you will do in case of your project, you need to design that work breakdown structure. That is the first task in any project. First, not about first, it is very important task in a project work. So we'll discuss more about WBS, the uses of WBS, advantage, disadvantage, all those things in the next class, next video. So please try to go through this, and if you find any difficulty, please let me know. I'll try to resolve those things over Google Meet. Thank you.